Hey, what's up guys? Spencer Rhodes here. This is my Avengers Infinity War action figure collection. These are the Avengers Infinity War. They're called Hero Vision figures, I believe. They are 6-inch. Most of them are 6-inch. And they're called Hero Vision. I got most of these at Target and Walmart, so I think if you want to buy these, those would be the places I would suggest going to. You could try eBay, but most of them cost twice as much as you would find at a store. At Target, these are $10 each. Now on eBay, most of them are $20 each. So if you can find them at Target or Walmart, that would be a smart way to buy them. Plus, you can actually look at the face paint because sometimes the face paint varies. And if you just get it on eBay, you might not get face paint that's good. So if you go to a store, you can actually look at them. And if there's multiples, you can decide which one you want the most. I especially had that with THANOS because there were 3 different Thanoses. And I spent like 10 minutes trying to figure out which Thanos I liked the most. But yeah, these are the Hero Vision. There's Wave 1 and Wave 2, which is basically the same thing as Series 1 and Series 2. Wave 1 was mostly like the original Avengers, like Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk, Black Widow, Thor, and then there was like Groot, Rocket, and Star-Lord. So it was like the original Avengers from the first movie, and then the Guardians of the Galaxy. And then Wave 2 was a bunch of other characters like Doctor Strange, and Gamora, and Falcon, and Spider-Man. But yeah, there's still a few that I need, but I have most of them. And I will show you everything I have. These are all of the Infinity Stones, so a quick explanation on these. Each of these comes with one figure, and I think it's random. You could get an Iron Man with a blue one or an Iron Man with a red one. I'm not sure, or it might not be random. I don't know. But there's different ones with each figure, and there's, because of the Infinity Gauntlet and the 6 stones and everything, there's 6 different ones total. These are kind of cool, but I'll show you the 6. Probably should have had this set up earlier, but that's okay. I wanted to show you all the ones I had all together first. And yeah, those are the 6 Infinity Stones. I think I think the blue one is like the Space Stone, and it was the green one, the Mind Stone. I don't know. I think red is Reality, right? I don't know. But yeah, and then I have a bunch of extras. If I had a yellow one, I'd have 2 of each. But that's okay. But yeah, all of these figures are $10 each, except for Groot and Rocket Raccoon. These were a 2-pack because I guess Rocket Raccoon is small, so they did a 2-pack with these 2, and it was $13. And then the Iron Man and the Thanos are a 2-pack. I'll show you these right quick. These were a 2-pack. Now there's this one. This one comes by itself. But there's these 2 which are a 2-pack, and this one is different from the single figure. His arms are lifted up and he's less posable. Yeah, I think the paint's a little different or something, but I mean, at least if you're gonna make 2 of the same figure, have them look different. And this was a $32 set. I almost didn't buy this, but I realized I wanted to buy it because it's Thanos. And Thanos actually matches with these other figures, so this is the only way to get a Hero Vision Thanos, pretty much. And, I mean, it's cool that he's bigger than the others, because with figures like Hulk, who should probably be bigger, it's the same size as the rest of them, because they want them to match. But with Thanos, they actually made him the appropriate size. You know, they made him bigger than everyone, so yeah, that's cool. Still, they don't pose very much. Thanos does this. Oh, sorry, I have to twist it. Wait, there's a button right here. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, it's messing up on me.
Only the strong can harness the might of the purple power stone.
He talks about every stone.
The green time stone will slow you down. I can see right into your soul with the power of the orange soul stone.
And you press this.
You can't stop me from collecting the Infinity Stones.
So he has a bunch of different things that he says. Anyway, I have 16 total. Now, I have 2 Iron Mans, but like I said, they're different, and I explained why I have each one. So I have 15 different characters, which is pretty good. There's 4 figures I still need to get. I'll talk about them in a minute. But yes, I have shown you the Infinity Stones, so I will go to every character and briefly explain them. Alright, this is Shuri. I think that's her name. It's Black Panther's sister. Now, technically, this one and the Black Panther figure are with the Black Panther figure set. They're not with the Avengers Hero Vision, but they match. They completely match. They're the same size, the same scaling, the posability is the same. The only reason they didn't make Black Panther for the Avengers Infinity War is because they made Black Panther for Black Panther and it matches them. He looks the same way in Avengers and everything. So basically, if you want a Black Panther figure for these Avengers figures, just get the Black Panther one. It's still being sold at Target beside the Infinity War figures. And like I said, he matches them. So it's really him and Shuri. They're both in Avengers Infinity War, and they both pretty much look the same. So you can just get these figures and have them match with the Infinity War figures. Even though technically they're 2 different groups of figures, they go together. And here's Hulk. And one thing you'll notice is that the legs don't bend at the knee or anything. They go up and down, but they don't bend at the knee. The arms do. The arms bend. There's some posability here. But the legs don't bend at the knee. They go up and down. Which, that might be a disappointment. It does help them be, I suppose, it helps them be more sturdy, and they're easier to stand up on solid grounds and stuff like that. But if you like posable figures, you might be a little disappointed about that. But for $10 each, these aren't bad. They each come with 2 accessories, I think, 2 or 3, depending on which one you get. And they're 6-inch, which is kind of cool. So they're bigger than most action figures. Most action figures tend to be 4 or 5 inches, or the really big ones are like 7 or 8, but these are 6, which is kind of different. I don't see a lot of action figures which are 6-inch, and then they make a bunch of them like they did with these. And that's what kind of got me interested in collecting them. But yeah, the faces and the paint and everything are cool, just the legs don't bend. That might be something that you don't like, or it might be something that you like. With me, I feel kind of indifferent about it. But overall, I really like these. Here is Iron Man. Like I said, the knees don't bend. Here is Doctor Strange. Now, one issue I kind of have with this figure was that the cape comes off really easily. I'll show you how the cape comes off. It just kind of, there's no peg, there's nothing that keeps the cape on. You just kind of have to keep it on yourself and kind of be careful with it when you're holding it up in the air. You don't want to have the cape fall off and then lose it. It's made of plastic and it's a cool cape, but there's just nothing that keeps it on him. There's no peg or anything. I really wish there was a peg. And I almost forgot that the cape is kind of like the magical carpet. Was it the walking carpet or something from Aladdin? It kind of has its own personality, and it comes off and flies everywhere. So I understand why they made the cape detachable and come off, but there should have been a peg or something that way you could keep it on. It's kind of hard to keep it on unless you just lay it on the carpet or just stand it up and keep it perfectly still. But yeah, otherwise it's pretty cool. This does look like Benedict Cumberbatch in my opinion. It's not terrible. It's the face paint is simple, but it works. And here is Black Widow, kind of the same thing with the face paint. I see Scarlett Johansson in that face. I do. A little cross-eyed, but I think it looks like her. Black Widow, the character, she kind of has these blank eyes. I think that's kind of a part of her character because she used to be this really cold-hearted assassin. So I do see a little bit of Scarlett Johansson in this face. Of course, she has the white hair because she had to go in hiding. And yeah, we don't want to be staring at this body too long, if you know what I mean. Okay, now we have Groot. Just be like, I am Groot, motherfuckers. That'd be great. That'd be fucking great that if he just said that out of nowhere. But yeah, like I said, no posability. This one is actually one of my favorites. I like the eyes and the design of the figure, and it just looks cool. Like the fact that he's a walking tree basically, and I think they painted and sculpted him really well. It really looks like he does in the movie. And now we have Gamora. This one, I kind of don't like her eyes. They look a little off. This is the only one they had at the Target I went to, and I just desperately wanted Gamora, so I bought this anyway. But if I find a better one, I might get it. But she works for now. She is one of the early casualties in the movie because Thanos throws her off a cliff. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Oh, spoilers if you haven't seen the movie, but if you haven't seen the movie, what the fuck is wrong with you? But, yes, I'm just kidding, by the way. I am not judging you if you didn't see the movie. I mean, they did kill my favorite character in the first 9 minutes, so I had a hard time watching the whole film myself. Anyway, this is one of my favorites. This is Falcon. That looks like Anthony Mackie to me, even though he's wearing his goggles. I think it looks like the actor. And this is one of the Wave 2 figures. And his arms are posable, his legs only go up and down, and the wings can be taken off. There's this thing that you put on him, it has a peg, you put it on the hole in his back, and then you put the wings on it, and the wings can go up and down. See, there's a thing right here. It goes up and down. I'm trying to be careful with this figure because I don't want the wings to break. But I'm also keeping the wings on him at all times. And most of these characters, I took all the accessories off of them. Even Thor, I had Thor's axe in his hand for a while, but I wanted to make them all match, so I kept all the accessories in one pile right here. But with Falcon, I just feel like his wings are part of his character, so I kept the wings on. Next we have Rocket Raccoon. And his eyes are just black. It's just black paint. But, I mean, it's alright. There's the tail, the legs, the arms. It's a very simple figure. Now this is Star-Lord. Also the guy from Jurassic Park. But, yeah. Like I said, the legs don't move. This figure I like. I like the way his jacket looks. I like the way his mask looks. It's just really detailed. I like the hair and everything. Oh, the sun went down. Okay, fixed that a little bit. But, yeah. I like this figure. I wish that they would make another figure of this, or it actually has Chris Pratt not with the mask on him. Because for most of the movie, he doesn't have his mask on. I guess the same could be said for Spider-Man and Iron Man. Most of the movie, they don't have their masks on. So I guess you could make a variant of all those figures and have them be the actors' faces and not with the masks. Or you could have just made these figures and have interchangeable heads. But if they just made another figure with the actors' faces on them, it'd be almost easy because they could keep the same bodies. Just change the head towards the actor's head without the mask on. And just make that its own separate figure. And there's some people, probably myself included, that would buy them, like the idiots that we are. But in some ways that would be good because the head wouldn't be loose or anything, because if you get interchangeable heads, you might have to worry about that. So, yeah, I do wish that they would make at least another Star-Lord where it's the Chris Pratt face and not the one with the mask. But I do like this figure. And I do like the way his mask looks and his jacket and everything. So let's go to the next one. Next up, we have Black Panther. And like I said, this one is technically not a Avengers Infinity War Hero Vision figure. It's not a part of that series. It's a part of the figure line that came out for the Black Panther movie, but they match. They match perfectly. They have the same scaling and posability, so they pretty much go together. I think they were designed that way so that you could just, if you already bought Black Panther, you could just mix him with the Infinity War figures. Now we have Spider-Man, or Iron Spider. I am not calling him Iron Spider. I'm calling him Spider-Man. I like that his armor is iron in the movie. Well, I guess if it's armor, it would be made of iron or whatever, but I'm not calling him Iron Spider. I'm still going to call him Spider-Man. But to me, the fact that he has armor makes sense. In real life, that would be a lot more practical than just having, like cloth on or something. I mean, in real life, if you're fighting, this end-of-the-world bad guy, then you would probably want actual armor on to give your body a little bit of protection. But I'm still calling him Spider-Man. Alright, next up we have the second Iron Man figure. This one is one that it has less posability. The other Iron Man, his arms at least move and everything, but this is more like a statue, and it still looks cool. In fact, as far as the designs go in the mask, I prefer it a little better over the other one. But, like I said, I'm just kind of disappointed that there's pretty much no posability. The arms go up and down. I think you can move his face. That's it. And all the figures are like this, by the way. You can move their heads a little bit, like up, down, left, right. Yeah, up, down, left, right. But, yeah, not much posability. Okay, so next up we have Thanos. This is an interesting one. I already showed how he works a little bit. There's this thing right here, which makes him twist. It makes 2 sound effects. And then every time you do it, he talks about a different Infinity Stones, and he talks about all 6. So I press this button.
My intellect cannot be matched with the yellow Mind Stone. You will never be able to escape as long as I have the blue Space Stone.
One more? One more.
The red Reality Stone can make your dreams or your nightmares come true.
And then there's this.
Surrender the stones if you know what's best for your universe.
Yeah, but this is pretty interesting. I like how he's taller than everyone else. Everyone is 6 inches. This one is actually, like 8 or 9. But it kind of makes sense with the movie, because in the movie he's one of the most tall characters. I think he's a little taller than the Hulk, or the same height, either one. But the Hulk is like the second tallest character, so Thanos is pretty tall, so it makes sense to have Thanos be taller than everyone else. I kind of wish they did that with the Hulk, but oh well. But I like the paint. You can see his face, and the gold is a little. It's not real gold, but it's supposed to be gold in the movie, but it's got a little shine to it and everything. He's not very posable, though. His arms go up and down, and that's it. I think his face can be moved a little bit. No, I don't even think it does that. So, there you go. But it's still pretty cool to have a Thanos. This was the only way to get a Thanos for these figures. Alright, now we go to the last 2. We've got Thor. And I like how they did this. His eyes are 2 different colors, because in the movie he gets a new eye for his eye patch to go away, or take off his eye patch and actually have an eye, but it's a different color. The pupil is a different color. Come on, camera. But yeah, it kind of looks like Chris Hemsworth. It could be worse. I like how the hair looks, and there's the suit and everything. Then last but not least, Steve Rogers, aka Captain America. Now this one looks like Chris Evans. Tell me that does not look a little bit like Chris Evans. The beard is a little smudged. The paint with the hair and everything, it's a little smudged, so I might get another one of these. But I got this figure because it does look like Chris Evans. And there's the costume. Alright, so that is all of the figures. Like I said, I have 16 total. And 2 Iron Mans, although it's a different Iron Man with each one. So I have 15 different characters total. Now there are still 4 more I need to get. Scarlet Witch and Hulkbuster Hulkbuster is the same size as the Hulk. It's a 6-inch Hulkbuster. And then Scarlet Witch. And those two are available at Targets and eBay. I haven't found them at a Target yet. I'm going to try to get them at a Target first. If I absolutely have to, I will get them on eBay. Now, the other two are War Machine and Drax. And so far, no one has been able to find these figures anywhere. They are supposed to be part of Wave 2. There are pictures of them online. And I heard something about how they just haven't been shipped yet. But they're on their way. But they are a part of the Wave 2. They should be coming out. But no one has gotten them yet. If someone gets those figures, let me know. Maybe I could buy them from you. I don't know. But yeah, it would especially be nice to get Drax because that's the last original Guardian out of the original 5. I know there's like Nebula and Mantis, but I at least need Drax to get the 5th one out of the Guardians. And War Machine's important too, so I hope those figures do come out. Then, of course, here are all of the accessories. I believe there's 1 or 2 accessories that come with each figure. I will show what these all are. This, I believe, goes to Spider-Man's back. There's a peg, and it goes to his back. And then from there, there's these things. And you put these things, you connect them, and they give him the spider legs or whatever you want to call them that he has in the movie. This is Doctor Strange's thing, Iron Man's weapon. This is just a piece of the road that comes with Hulk. I believe this is Rocket Raccoon's gun. This gun was weird because I had a really hard time putting it in his hand. I think he's just supposed to like hold it against his shoulder or something, like you're almost upside down. Like he's not actually supposed to be able to point the gun at things. He's just supposed to kind of hold it against his shoulder. I don't know. This is Thor's Axe Stormbreaker. It's pretty cool. This is Black Widow's weapon. She uses it a couple of times in Infinity War, I think. I think this is Gamora's weapon. It's a sword or something. Now, I think this is Black Panther's thing. I haven't seen Black Panther yet, so if he uses it in that movie, my apologies. I will watch it eventually. This is Star-Lord's gun, I think. This is Captain America's new Vibranium. Is that what it's called? Don't tell me that's from DC. I think this is, yeah, Vibranium. That his shield was made out of, but he doesn't have the shield anymore. So Black Panther gives this to him. At one point in the movie, he uses one on each arm. Now, you can't do that with the figure because he has to hold it. He has to hold the peg, and then this fist is closed. So that sucks, because I was going to get a second one anyway. That way I would have had 2 vibranium shields, but it's not going to let me put one in each hand. And these go on Shuri's arms. She does use these briefly in Avengers Infinity War, where she is trying to save Vision, and some of Thanos' people attack her, and she shoots them with those. And this, I don't know what this is for. This might have been in the movie. I just rewatched the movie a few days ago, but this comes with the Iron Man and Thanos 2-pack set. I think maybe Thanos uses this weapon. It would fit in that hand right there, so that might be it. I don't remember him using this in the movie. But yeah, those are all the weapons and accessories. So those are pretty cool. And then again, here are the Infinity Stones. Here is one of each. Now, I know that if you get the Iron Man Hero Vision helmet, you can plug these up, and it gives you different things, like different enemies to shoot at with this armband thing that you get. That's $60. I'm probably not going to get that unless I win the lottery or something, or if someone wants to send it to me, I'll open a P.O. box. But yeah, I just think these look cool. And I know they made an Infinity Gauntlet, but I wish they would make an Infinity Gauntlet that you could actually put these on. That would be kind of cool. But yeah, these are all of my Avengers Infinity War figures. Now, like I said, there's still 4 more that I need to get. Hulkbuster, Scarlet Witch, which have already come out, and I'll get them soon. And then there's Drax and War Machine that have not been released yet, or they haven't been shipped or something. Now, I'm hoping that there is a Wave 3. I think if they made a Wave 3, they could make just about everyone else, and they wouldn't have to make a Wave 4. Because with Wave 3, for one thing, they really do need to make Vision. If they made Scarlet Witch, why not make Vision? Vision has a pretty significant supporting role. They should make a Vision. And like I said, they could make Tony Stark, Peter Parker, Peter Quill. They could make all the characters without their masks on. So that's another 3 right there. Loki is my favorite character in the MCU. I know he dies in the first 9 minutes. I know, goddammit, I fucking know that. But if he had lived just a little bit longer, if he had lived like an hour into the movie, hell, maybe 45 minutes, they would have already made a figure of him. But because he dies so early, they might not make a figure of him. But if they make a Wave 3, I really hope that they make a Loki. And I suppose if I'm going to argue for a Loki figure for these, I guess I should argue for a Heimdall figure, since I will otherwise seem racist. I'm sorry, it's just Heimdall's not as important as Loki. But yeah, go ahead, make a Heimdall. What else? They could make Wong, they could make Mantis, they could make Proxima Midnight, and what's his name, Ebony Claw. They could make all the Thanos, all of Thanos' people, his minions and whatever. Who else? Oh, they could make I don't know how to pronounce her name, but the actress who plays Michonne in The Walking Dead. They could make her. Who else? There's a couple of other ones. Oh yeah, Nebula and, what's his name? Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes. They should make those 2. They could make Bruce Banner, as in Bruce Banner, not as the Hulk, or not in the Hulkbuster, just a regular plain Dr. Bruce Banner figure. And that would probably be good. They could make Ant-Man and Hawkeye, but they weren't even in the movie. So, yeah, well, I mean, with all those, they could make a Wave 3 and Wave 4. They're probably not going to make a Wave 4. They're probably not even going to make a Wave 3. But I really do hope that they make a Wave 3, because I've already started collecting these. And they should definitely make at least Vision, Loki, and Winter Soldier. But yeah. Anyway, with Avengers 4, if we don't know what the title is, it's just Avengers 4 right now. I wonder what kind of figures they're going to make. Are they going to be smaller like these? Are they going to be similar to this style? It would be cool if they continue to just make these Hero Vision 6-inch so that they match with the 4th one. If they're like 5-inch or something, if they're completely different, that means that the people that collected these would have to restart all over again. I might not even want to do that. So I don't know what they're going to do with Avengers 4. Maybe they won't even make action figures. They probably will. But if Avengers 4 does what I think it's going to do, which is bring everyone back, at least everyone that died from the snap. I don't know about the characters who died before the snap. I hope they come back. But that's going to be a lot of figures to make. They probably won't come back until the end of the movie, so maybe they'll just make the ones that are alive. I don't know, but yeah. Anyway, that's all I've got. This is my collection. If you want me to make a separate video reviewing one of these, let me know. I mean, I've pretty much said everything that there is to be said. They're very basic, they're very simple, but they are kind of cool once you start getting all of them at once. And they're $10 each, so it's not bad considering they're big and they come with accessories. But yeah, that is basically all I have to say. I'm glad I bought these. They're pretty cool. If you're a really big fan of the MCU and you liked Avengers Infinity War, you might want to start collecting these. But with that said, don't be shy. Hit that like and subscribe. I make 1 to 2 videos a day. I am not going anywhere. And I'm Spencer Rhodes, and I will see you guys later. Bye.